台北是一个可以很缓慢的地方，也很复杂，因为他们的历史文化有一种挣扎的感觉，复杂的地方有 dark side 的地方才有它的魅力。
This season is very good temperature for me. A lot of the old architecture.
Mixture of present and past, and mild climate and people.
Really kind of almost empowering in a way to be in a place where it's really okay to just be openly queer and visible, and I've met wonderful people based in the city.
I was very surprised to see how calm Taiwanese people are, except for the scooters.
我是香港过来的摄影师，其实我做的创作都是跟人跟土地有关系。
My name is Yoshiaki KAIHATSU. I was born in Yamanashi.
I'm Doohyun. I'm from South Korea, and I received my PFA in Environment Sculpture from University of Seoul in 2012. In 2016, I graduated from the Maryland Institute College of Art with an IMA PLA in multidisciplinary art program.
So I'm Frédérick TREMBLAY. I'm from Canada, and I'm an animator of stop motion animation. So I mainly work with puppets, and I've been doing short films for 20 years about now.
I'm Sayang. I'm a producer, DJ, and sound artist based in the UK and from Malaysia.
Hi, I'm Salem Sharp. I'm from Canada, and my practice revolves around digital image manipulation.
Hi, my name is Vivian Bissett. I'm from Canada. I'm an artist who mostly works with plants and the interdependence between humans and plants.
这个计划的名字叫石室之死，就是跟落户的一个尝试是同一个名字。1949年从大陆过来台湾，然后当军人，然后10年之后就有一个简证。然后他在防空洞里面每天都写自己的尝试，其实说的是死亡的主题。大陆的艺术家、作家，他们永远也不能回去他们的故乡，所以我的主题就是身份跟创作人身份的不安。
This time, I want to make interview videos, different ages. Participators. I want to know about all the history of Taiwan. This one is my life artwork. Already I'm trying different countries. For example, American people and German people, Azerbaijan people, and I want to know a lot of different countries inside. First thinking now.
My main idea of this project is the making photographs as an abstract painting. And I try to bring together images of past, present, and future. So I try to explore how the image works in the realm of abstraction and colors.
There's no story, and my work is very narrative normally. So the idea was to put more effort on the animation than the story. And the second idea, like I said, I usually work with puppets. So this time I wanted to collaborate with someone which influenced my project and like not control everything, like not be the puppet master, but let the person, the collaborator, which is Taiwanese, Benson, to influence the work.
One of the main things is using sound, electronically generated and manipulated audio of field recordings, environmental ones, and using that in form of linguistics and language. So that is kind of the main basis of this whole concept.
Initially, it was interesting to learn about the production of microalgae is quite prominent in Taiwan. And as I've learned, there's also a really interesting relationship between how people grow plants and what role microalgae has in the production of those. I think that Treasure Hill is an interesting place to be staying at because there's a lot of access to information about plants and the culture surrounding growing things.
We're very interested in the industrial scale of algae production in Taiwan and that it's a world class in terms of how much they can produce. So it's very interesting to be able to visit very large production facilities here and see that in comparison to maybe what is happening at Treasure Hill.
在过来之前就写了一个小小的 storyline， 就是说一个女生，她是一个女智者，躲在防空洞里面。晚上的时候，她就出去拍照，去寻找她的妹妹。但是其实没有这个妹妹，就是妹妹只是一个身份的想象，一个符号。所以我到了台湾之后，我才大概只有21天，去从0到100% 去做这展览。就每天我都去晚上去拍照，然后凌晨的时候，我在工作室里面把我的诗现代诗修改。这次展览里面，观众可以看见照片，这照片就是跟身份有关，文字跟声音的 installation 就是跟迷茫不安有关系。
A couple years ago, I came in Taiwan, and then I went to the cafe, old cafe, like the very old, almost 100 years ago. Still using, I think all the history are still very naturally still Taiwan. So I want to know why still using and what, and then I want to know the people what's thinking now.
I try to use all the functions of printers to print pictures. I use techniques such as a color combination of ink, engraving, and multiple printing on one paper. So I also experiment with combining image, which are modernist paintings, mobile device images, and 3D images, and the James Webb Telescope's images.
The grant I received is more like a grant for development. So me, it was more like a laboratory of animation, like exploring animation. So to me, it's not really a movie, it's more like an exercise. I'll present it in Taiwan, that's the main goal in Taipei.
One of the things I wanted to think about was how people can kind of process the world, their immediate surroundings around them, and how can people communicate that with myself, which I can then take inspiration from and incorporate into live performances. And it becomes kind of like a back and forth between myself and anyone who enters the space. So the way that we've done that is through charcoal drawings on paper. People enter the space, I perform Fridays to Saturdays for 4 hours, and other people will pick up paper and charcoal and they will draw whatever comes into their mind based on the sounds that I create.
其实在香港的时候我拍了很多边缘化的群体，然后我过来台湾之后，我发现因为我之前的创作是这样子，我很容易就跟有次文化的人connect 得很好他们也介绍很多很次文化里面很特别的人给我认识去拍，我们一起合作，然后我们很快就变成一个好像伙伴一样的partner 去做这个展览。
Just have surprised. I mean, 100 years ago, already, she went to the high school, and I think she had the Second War, and then always she going to the shelter. I never asked about Second War and the shelters. So just if we ask easily to older person, a lot of I think important things they have.
When I first came here, the slightly humid climate, which is very different from South Korea. So the humid climate became the source of my idea. In Taipei, where the past and the present coexist, so I became more thinking about the past and the present in my work.
When I came here, I had Taiwanese cinematic puppets, like mostly like a series of kind of kung fu puppets, because in my mind I always thought maybe someday I'd like to make a puppet movie which is not animation. So maybe I will get inspired by a Taiwanese puppet.
And what was really interesting with that piece is seeing how people how they visualize the sounds can be completely different to how I might do, and noises that I might find comforting. It's interesting because other people may find it more moody, and it's really interesting for me when I see how other people might process that, and I might use a different audio sample. Each day I'll have one field recording which I run through different modules, break apart, and that forms the basis of the entire day's performance.
Garden Don't Care is very DIY, and it came from a lot of work community working together to build the space, and it evolves over time, and people collectively make a home together, and it's interesting to see where that is today as well.
I think that Treasure Hill is built the way plants grow, so slowly and in relation to the environment. You can see how each piece has been added slowly and with regards to what someone needs to live, and I think that's really interesting. It's a really interesting example of interdependence and community.
大家好，我是 Kasper， 我来自香港。
My name is Yoshiaki KAIHATSU, come from Japan.
I'm Doohyun. I'm from South Korea.
My name is Frédérick TREMBLAY. I'm from Canada.
I'm Sayang. I'm a UK artist from Malaysia.
I'm Vivian,
I'm Salem.
and we're from Canada.
We're artists in residence at the Treasure Hill Artist Village.